However, Lockheed Martin has finally announced that they are working on the SR-72 project,
Oh,
with a
wow.
prototype expected to fly soon, and in the spirit of confirmation, the United States Air Force has also declared that the DARKSTAR is real.
Holy.
Many sources call the secretive
Damn, this is scary at the same time, you know? And to be honest, you are probably so proud of your country. I mean, you should be, because this is top of the top line. I also know you guys spend a lot of money on this, but it's still incredible. Today I'll be reacting to final US Air Force declared SR-72 DARKSTAR Israel. My friends, this is a crazy title, and you guys end up suggesting this video a lot of times, but before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description, and let's play it. By the way, I don't know anything about this yet. Is this the next big thing?
The existence of the mysterious SR-72 has finally been confirmed.
Okay.
This hypersonic spy aircraft, with capabilities that sounds like it stepped out of a science fiction movie scene, has created a lot of waves in the aviation world, and even more in the hearts of aviation enthusiasts. There are several questions concerning this aircraft that have been shrouded in secrecy for too long. What are the capabilities of this extremely advanced aircraft? Can it in any way be compared to its predecessor? Join.
Okay, so quick recap. From what I understood, at one point people thought this maybe not the real thing. Now seems like it's a real thing, and is basically the next big thing. Okay, this was a weird explanation, but yeah.
Join us as we delve into the mystery surrounding the SR-72 that the United States Air Force just declared real. The first unconfirmed news about the SR-72 came out in early 2007, when several sources revealed that a popular defense company, Lockheed Martin, was working on an aircraft that could fly at an incredible speed of Mach 6.
Mach 6? My friends, I was learning about this Mach speed the other day, and this is crazy.
Making it faster than any aircraft in history. But that was not the only news concerning this mysterious aircraft, because conspiracy theorist Tyler Glockner also claimed that he found...
What? That's a profession? Conspiracy... Okay.
Theorist Tyler Glockner also claimed that he found a secretive aircraft by searching Florida's swamplands on Google Earth. He mentioned that the runway where the mysterious object is located belongs to Pratt & Whitney, a company known for designing aircraft engines. This aircraft that was shrouded in secrecy is a direct successor to the SR-71 Blackbird, and it is designed to fly faster and higher than any missile or cannon shot at it.
So, the SR-71 Blackbird, I'm aware, and that's a crazy one. So this is even better?
It is safe to say that this aircraft would be unbeatable. Just before we get into the breathtaking details of the DARKSTAR, let's take a peek into the capabilities of the predecessor. The SR-71 is a technological marvel that was designed by the American aerospace engineer Clarence Kelly Johnson. Similar to the SR-72, the SR-71 was the result of a black project, but that's not all. This aircraft made the U.S. feared by other nations, including China, because it exuded unmatched power that combined a speed that was more than 2 times that of sound and strength that other aircraft could not even boast of. Aside from its unrivaled capabilities, the $292 million jet was built with one of the most strongest metals on Earth, titanium. However, it's not just about using the strongest metal available. This choice of material served a greater purpose, which is to maintain the aircraft's stealthy feature. And since it was designed to be a spy plane, this is considered very important. It was also equipped with advanced sensors, a powerful radar, and a high-definition camera. It could gather intelligence through images, signals, measurements, and signatures. The Blackbird was powered by 2 powerful Pratt & Whitney J58 engines, with each of them providing a thrust of 32,000 pounds. It could reach speeds up to Mach 3.2 and fly at altitudes of 85,000 feet, which required pilots to wear pressurized suits like astronauts because they were almost in space. It's no surprise that NASA, with its focus on space, operated the SR-71 alongside the US Air Force.
Okay, my friends. Damn, this is crazy stuff. As you can see by my background, probably, I love Star Wars, and every time I react to this type of stuff, I feel like the American military probably have technology that we are not aware. Because this type of stuff they are developing for a long time, but when they put this out, maybe there is already the next big thing almost done also. You know what I mean? Man, this is crazy. And another thing, my friends, I've been actually lacking reactions to military stuff. And I believe you guys enjoy this type of reaction. So leave a like if this is the type of content you would like to see a bit more, because I also enjoy this a lot.
In terms of weapons, the SR-71 had none. And this is because it didn't need them. When shot at, the Blackbird would simply accelerate to outfly the missile or round that was shot at it. This explains why no SR-71 Blackbird was ever shot down. To this day,
Never.
it holds the record for both the fastest and highest flying operational aircraft in history, which is quite a significant feat for an aircraft that retired over 2 decades ago.
Oh, is that
But
even
now
possible?
American engineers have built an aircraft that is better than the SR-71, even better than the 6th-generation fighters. The DARKSTAR makes use of the latest technology to dominate the skies completely, and there are also rumors that reveal that it flies so fast that its shockwave can blow roofs off houses below. Also, according to some secret information, it has the most powerful laser ever made. Despite the rumors, the USAF initially did not officially confirm the existence of such aircraft. They did not make any announcement at all. However, Lockheed Martin has finally announced that they are working on the SR-72 project, with a prototype expected to fly soon, and in the spirit of confirmation, the United States Air Force has also declared that the DARKSTAR is real. Many sources call the secretive SR-72 project DARKSTAR, but this is far from correct because the aircraft doesn't have an official nickname, at least not yet, but people also refer to it as Son of Blackbird. Nicknaming military aircraft like the F-15 Eagle usually involves historical tradition, practical reasons, and protocols from the military or the manufacturer. However, this usually happens after the Air Force officially accepts the aircraft. The story of DARKSTAR's development can be connected to 2 industries.
Damn, this is scary at the same time, you know? Oh man, this looks alien technology. I know some people have that conspiracy theory, right? That the US government have some connection with aliens or something, because you guys always have crazy technology. But you guys have to admit, you guys really have crazy technology. And to be honest, you are probably so proud of your country. I mean, you should be, because this is top of the top line. I also know you guys spend a lot of money on this, but it's still incredible.
The entertainment industry and military. During the production of a very popular movie, Top Gun,
Oh, I saw that
Paramount
movie.
Pictures asked Lockheed Martin to design an aircraft that would make the main character, Mitchell, the fastest person ever. Surprisingly, Lockheed Martin was already working on this idea, so it was not a hard assignment because the aircraft was already under development by Skunk Works, which is a division of Lockheed. Why is this division named Skunk Works? The name originated during World War II when engineer Kelly Johnson's secret aircraft development team at Lockheed was housed in a tent near a smelly plastic factory. Inspired by Al Cap's comic strip Lil Abner, where a place called the Skunk Works emitted a terrible odor, team engineer Irv Culver jokingly answered the phone with Skunk Works. The name caught on with the team and eventually evolved into Skunk Works, which is now a registered trademark of Lockheed Martin. Unlike how the name sounds, this division is pretty incredible at what it does. To give you an idea of Skunk Works' capabilities, they are the brains behind the creation of some powerful aircraft like the F-22 and F-35.
The F-22 is one of the best jets ever.
Why was Lockheed Martin working on this project in the very first place? Since 1998, the company has been trying to create a fighter jet with extreme speed that would replace the SR-71, but they had an extremely hard time achieving this. Lockheed Martin's advanced development programs, known as Skunk Works, developed the Hypersonic Technology Vehicle 2, also known as the HTV-2, which is a rocket-launched aircraft, as part of DARPA's Falcon project. The HTV-2 project was used to collect data on aerodynamics, guidance, navigation, control, and aerothermal effects. It was an uncrewed aircraft designed to fly through Earth's atmosphere at very high speeds. The vehicle first flew in April 2010 and again in August 2011, reaching a top speed of Mach 20.
Mach 20? I may have to... This is getting out of hand.
Information that was gained from working on this project is now helping to create better designs for the SR-72. Earlier this year, Brad Leland from Lockheed Martin stated on the company's website that hypersonic aircraft and missiles could enter restricted airspace and hit almost any target on a continent in less than an hour. He said speed is the next major advancement in aviation to handle future threats. This technology could revolutionize warfare, similar to how stealth technology is changing combat today. The son of the Blackbird is being designed
That was the B-2 bomber, right? That's a scary one also.
with more capabilities and will use advanced materials like carbon-carbon composites. It gets even better. These materials can handle more extreme heat than the titanium skin used on the SR-71.
What?
Also, as states earlier, the DARKSTAR is expected to have
Man.
great speed, stealth, and versatility. The prototype, if not already in operation, will include advanced avionics and possibly AI-assisted systems for autonomous operations, which earlier hypersonic aircraft did not have. A key feature of the SR-72 is its ability to reach hypersonic speeds up to Mach 6, which is considered to be much faster than the Blackbird's top speed. This speed allows it to outrun missiles and avoid current air defense systems, which has given the United States an advantage in reconnaissance and possible strike missions in heavily defended areas. Lockheed
Okay, real talk, my friends. This is such crazy technology that I think a normal person struggles to understand how crazy this is. I just know it's really crazy.
Martin is working with Aerojet Rocketdyne on a special turbine-based
Holy.
combined cycle propulsion system to help the aircraft achieve a cruise speed of over Mach 6. While there are engines that can power an aircraft at hypersonic speeds, they can't be used during takeoff and landing. So the DARKSTAR needs an engine that can handle both. The turbine engine will provide thrust until the aircraft reaches Mach 3. Then the dual-mode ramjet will take over to power the flight at hypersonic speeds. To reduce drag, the aircraft will use a single inlet nozzle for both the turbine engine and the ramjet. This new mysterious aircraft's abilities are important for major power conflicts. Its fast intelligence gathering and strike capabilities support the U.S. national defense strategy, which focuses on being ready for intense conflicts with countries like Russia and China. Its speed and stealth make it a crucial tool for strengthening air defenses. Its development shows a strategic change in U.S. military planning, moving towards more adaptable and dynamic platforms that can operate in complex future battlefields. This change aligns with the Pentagon's priorities for modernizing space, cyber, and autonomous technologies. However, stealth technology might not work well for an aircraft like this, because radar-absorbing materials may not handle high temperatures. The jet's large infrared signature would also make it hard to hide.
Yeah, you cannot make this stealth. I mean, it seems impossible.
Aircraft might leave a trail detectable by radar, like the SR-71. But with its amazing speed and ability to quickly leave an area and outrun most non-hypersonic missiles, these issues are mainly theoretical. As for weaponry, bombs and conventional missiles aren't suitable for an aircraft like this, since it could collide with them after launching and to avoid such deadly occurrences. The DARKSTAR will be equipped with laser systems instead of other weapons. The aircraft is currently equipped with an enhanced version of the LAWS, which has a power output of 350 kilowatts and is capable of cutting through 5 inches of metal with its beam. However, the main advantage of using laser weapons is its ability to be integrated within the aircraft's structure and deployed when necessary, ensuring...
Oh my god, my friends, until very recently I was not even aware about laser weapons. You know? Okay. This is really out of a sci-fi movie, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Basically, they have lightsabers, but even stronger.
aerodynamic performance of the aircraft to achieve hypersonic speeds. Another intriguing feature of the SR-72 is its cockpit design that is invisible when viewed head-on, similar to the X-59 that is being developed by the Skunk Works division. In the movie Top Gun: Maverick, the aircraft uses synthetic vision systems to see what lies directly ahead. Additionally, the illustration of the DARKSTAR on Lockheed Martin's website revealed a port on the upper part of the fuselage, which is typically used for astronomical navigation systems. This design element is affectionately referred to as R2-D2, in reference to the renowned droid from the Star Wars universe. Like its predecessor...
Actually, give me a second. I love that robot so much.
The SR-72 would also feature the most intelligent sensors and the highest quality cameras to take photos that cover 100 miles in each shot. However, there's more to the SR-72 than just its capabilities. Intriguing? Yeah, let's get into it. The SR-72 as a potential candidate for the future generation NGAD fighter of the U.S. Air Force is slated to be fitted with some of the most advanced technologies the world has seen. According to the Air Force's biennial acquisition report covering the fiscal years 2019 and 2020, the NGAD fighter would maximize its stealth features by taking an overall triangular shape, internally holding its payload, and having no distinct tail section, also known as vertical stabilizers. It is the first fighter in history to be unveiled with such a revolutionary design. Vertical stabilizers had always been required to keep an aircraft airborne, until the concept of active flow control came into life in the B-2 Spirit. Active flow control uses computer brains
B-2 Spirit or B-2 Bomber?
On board to constantly adjust the flow around the aircraft to keep it airborne, similarly to how birds fly. The result of this on an aircraft is top-level stealth and, well, a not-so-wallet-friendly cost, but it justifies why the B-2 cost $2 billion. Why NASA decided to invest a mind-blowing amount of $1 billion in the SR-72 development, why Congress has budgeted over $10 billion for the Air Force's NGAD program in less than a decade, and why the Navy recently detailed a budget request of over $9 billion for the next 5 years. Advanced sensors and weapons. The immediate surroundings of the SR-72 as the NGAD fighter will be miles wide, as it would be capable of spotting targets, friendlies, and points of interest from tens of miles away, and also attack them with precision. The sensors that make this possible come with maximum connectivity,
look at the precision,
and thus the ability to share its data with every other member of the fleet, whether it is a sixth-generation aircraft or not. In order to keep every member of the United States fleet connected to relevant information in real time, the U.S. would do away with radars mounted on aircraft, and instead make use of electronically configured smart skins integrated into the aircraft's fuselage. This technique would result in increased sensor sensitivity as well as network adaptability. It would also aid with making communication easier across the fleet and ultimately improves remote control. Open architecture. Laser weapons that can take out targets with unrivaled precision. A mix of high-performance guns, missiles, AETP engines capable of subsonic, transonic, and supersonic flight that cost over $6 billion to develop, loyal wingman, top-of-the-line electronic warfare countermeasures, avionics, and communications are only some of what to expect on the fighter. But despite the already advanced features that this aircraft boasts of, decades of history have taught not only the United States but other nations that an aircraft will always have room to be better, no matter how advanced it already is, especially with near-peer adversaries getting more and more near-peer. Take the EF-22 Raptor, for example. Aside from being the very first stealthy aircraft, the Raptor was unbeatable, but this fighter jet eventually needed some upgrades to keep it formidable against advanced threats. As a result, the DARKSTAR will come with an open architecture that enables it to take on new upgrades easily and quickly. All of these would combine to create an aircraft with an estimated unit cost of $1 billion and a top speed of Mach 6, the closest thing today to a truly hypersonic aircraft.
Mach 6, $1 billion. Oh man. Yeah, this is, I'm sorry, this is crazy, crazy, crazy.
There have been various speculations and reports about the SR-72's
Hey, my friends, sorry, I mean, I don't know technical stuff when it comes to this. I rate those by looks, and they look amazing.
development timeline. In 2017, Lockheed Martin claimed the combined cycle hypersonic engine was ready for real-world application. The company suggested that a single-engine demonstrator could begin flying by the early 2020s, with a target of 2030 for a twin-engine platform to enter operational service. The DARKSTAR is unarguably a very unique aircraft that would have a great impact on warfare strategy, but there is another aircraft just as mind-blowing. A few miles away in the workshop of Atlanta-based startup Hermes, there's another aircraft known as the Quarter Horse.
What?
The Quarter Horse, which is the first aircraft to come out of Hermes, is fitting to be a remotely piloted hypersonic aircraft with a top speed of Mach 5.5, almost matching the speed of SR-72. But unlike the DARKSTAR, the Quarter Horse gets credited as the only hypersonic jet that could serve commercial purposes in the future.
Commercial? Okay.
Recognizing the potential, both NASA and the Air Force are heavily invested in Hermes, with over $60 million from the Air Force alone. The Quarter Horse also remains the first hypersonic jet with the highest payload capacity, and this is why it is referred to as the aircraft for the future, because it is the one that civilians would most likely see frequently and actually sit in.
I mean, it's commercial.
To achieve its almost impossible speeds, despite its huge size, the aircraft is fitted with a TBCC engine based on the General Electric J85 engine. This engine, which was used in the Northrop F-5 fighter jet, an aircraft that proved to be successful in combat operations, has already shown that it works well at supersonic speeds. To make it even perfect, the Hermes will modify it with their own technology to use it for hypersonic speeds. Also, Hermes has about 7 of these engines, each weighing about 1/4 of a ton. It is one of General Electric's most successful engines, producing about 3,000 pounds of thrust without afterburner and 5,000 pounds with afterburner. This means a New Yorker could reach London in 1.5 hours instead of the usual 7, which is at least a 450% increase in speed.
You know what, my friends, I'm going to wait for this to go to America. The flight is so long from Portugal to America. I can do this in 1 hour also.
In terms of costs, the development of Hermes seems to be quite impressive too. The Quarter Horse is centered around hardware-rich, autonomous, and reusable systems that focus squarely on requirements. This way, there are virtually no unnecessary components to drive up costs in the program. Thus, Hermes is quite confident that they could execute the Quarter Horse test flight for less than $100 million, which is relatively low for a hypersonic project at this stage. However, with the Hermes Quarter Horse, the NGAD and SR-72 son of Blackbird, the United States remained assured and would maintain its stance in dominating the skies with hypersonic aircrafts. The United States is devoted to dominating the skies and would invest anything possible towards its cause. However, other nations, including China and Russia, are equally committed to building next-generation fighters with advanced capabilities. It's a good thing the United States is known for always coming out on top and surpassing expectations, and this time would not be any different. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.
Okay, my friends, I leave the link for the original video in my description. Show him all the support. This was quite amazing, man. Now I'm super curious to see this in action. Well, wait, if I see that in action, it's actually really bad sign. But I want to see, you know, if this actually becomes as good as this video makes it to be. But yeah, I mean, America is #1 in the military front, in a lot of fronts, but specific on that one for stuff like this. I mean, technology is so crazy advanced. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this with me. Really means a lot. You guys end up staying until the end. See you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.